Right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Disney Talk Thursdays. I'm Walt.
I'm Melissa.
And we are back. we are.
I'm like, do we usually do that? I got a little
No,
lost.
we got a little different this time.
I thought we were doing our podcast all of a sudden.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's why I was like, where are we?
Nope. But we're here with another episode of Disney Talk Thursdays, and this is for all those folks that might be watching on the replay. Welcome in. And today we're going to do something fun. We're going to do our best and worst of 2018. And a lot of people hopefully will come into the chat and join us and obviously give their opinions and their best and worst of 2018. We'd love to hear from you. Hey, John. Welcome in. Welcome.
Hope you had a good Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. And if you're joining us on the replay, do so. Let us know in the comments below. What was it about Disney World that was the best and worst for you of 2018? We'd love to hear from you. Just a few quick plugs. We do our live streaming hosted by The Live Place. Hey, Ray J, welcome in from Hong Kong, Disneyland.
So jealous.
And The Live Place is run by Dean at Dreamers Empire. Go out to theliveplace.com for some family-friendly live streams. Disney and a bunch of other things as well. Some great live streamers out there. And he also does his own live stream. He does the Live Place News show every once in a while. Hey, Nathan, welcome in.
Hey, Nathan.
And does a really good job. Dean at Dreamers Empire is great. So check him out as well. And hey, Chris, welcome in.
Hey, Chris.
Hope you had a good Christmas. And with that, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so. Just give us a quick click of that button and hit that subscribe and the bell button. That way you're notified, right?
Right. And
also some thumbs up, folks. If you're just coming into the stream, please go ahead and hit that like button. It definitely helps the stream. And tonight, again, guys, we're going to talk about the best and worst of 2018.
We did have a good Christmas, Chris. It just went so fast.
Yeah.
How about you?
It always goes fast, unfortunately. I wish it
Feeling
would
a
slow
little
down.
down.
Hey, Noah!
Hey,
That's
Noah.
right, Noah! Look at you!
Oh, that is so sweet that you guys checked in being in Disney.
Thanks, Disney.
You and
Noah.
Noah and Ray J. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Matthew.
Matt.
How you doing, Matthew? Welcome in. But everybody, I'm glad you're in here. And again, we're just going to talk about best and worst of 2018. Our best and worst. And we don't have a ton. We have a few things listed. And actually, for the first time in a while, I got to admit, it was harder to come up with the worst. For me, anyway. I mean, usually I can find 5, 6, 7 things that I was like, meh, this might go on the worst side. But it took a little bit this year for me to find one. Hey, Meg! Welcome in, Meg. Good to see you. Sorry I was in and out on your live stream a little bit earlier. My apologies. We had to get ready for the show. We had to have dinner and everything. So I hope it went well. It looked like it did. The dog you had on there was really cute. Meg had her dog on, or a dog on there.
Oh, I'm glad you have a vacation coming up, Chris. I know that's hard, though, when you only have Christmas Day off.
Yeah,
so that
tough.
must have been rough. I purposely took a 4-day weekend because I hadn't had one, because usually I do work weekends. So I definitely understand how that feels. I'm excited for your upcoming vacay.
Yeah, that's cool. and Ray J, that's the truth. It was harder for me to find some things that I can say was maybe meh about 2018 when it came to Disney World. It wasn't a bad year. It was better than I thought it was going to be in a lot of ways. Rosie is her name.
Is she your puppy? I got to go watch. I wasn't able to earlier.
Matthew, that's not far at all. 193 days. Trust me, it'll be here before you know it. Hey, Robin, welcome in.
Hey, Robin.
Merry Christmas. Hope it's been going well. Noah, I believe Magic Kingdom is packed, man. This week, Christmas week through New Year's is so busy down there. My goodness. I told Melissa, if we ever move down there, we are never, ever going to Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we've been watching other people's vlogs, and I'm like looking to see how bad the crowds are certain times of the day, and we just kept commenting about how miserable it looked.
I did. Great, Chris. You're going to Disney during that 2 weeks. That's awesome. I hope you're down there for a few days. Are you staying on property? I'm interested to know.
That's great.
I hope you are. That's pretty awesome.
That'll probably be us in August. We'll make a couple-day visit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, we got to get over there to see Dan and everybody else.
Yep. That's our
we'll
goal.
have to stop in and see everybody. That'll be really nice. It was, Robin. I hope it was magical for you. When does your son... Hey, Brian, welcome in, buddy. Welcome. Good to see you. Robin, when does your son leave for the Disney College program? I guess, what, in the summer, probably, after regular school's over? But it's getting close now. Won't be long. It's funny, Robin. Our youngest will be down there, too. Not for that, though.
Oh, Oh, that sounds awesome, Chris. Very cool.
Oh, nice. No, Chris, that'll be great.
Yeah, nice.
I saw that, Meg. I saw that they added Infinity War to Netflix. They'll only be adding it for a little while. Because once the Disney streaming goes live, I'm sure they'll be pulling that off. Well, Matthew, hopefully you'll be able to stay on property. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but I think there's just something about staying on property that makes it a little bit more magical.
Either way, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, it's going to be awesome either way. I mean, don't get me wrong. You stay off property, you're probably going to save some money for sure.
Yeah.
Which can go towards other things.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, Arjans, welcome in.
Wow, he's leaving in January. Very bittersweet, huh?
Wow, Robin,
down.
it's
Less
really
than a month.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Arjans.
close. Hey, Arjans, welcome in, Richard. Hope you had a good holiday. Hope you had a good holiday, bud. But, yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to do best and worst of 2018, and I want everybody else to chime in, too. Let us know. Yeah, that's good, Meg. If you can do that, Blu-rays for $6.99 is the way. You know, it's funny. Before we start best and worst, Meg, I want to talk about that. You know, I remember when VHSs were a big thing, and then we went to DVDs, and everybody said VHS is, you know, obsolete. It's now getting to the point where I think DVDs are going to become obsolete. Everything's going to be streaming.
Yeah, no, I feel like Blu-rays and stuff already are. We used to get some every Christmas, and now I feel like all of our collections in our basement. I actually went down there a week or so ago and went through as many as I could just to find all our Christmas Blu-rays.
We found a few.
And I'm like, this is sad. I'm like, you know, everything really is digital. Sometimes I kind of miss it. So, oh well, what can you do?
Arjans. Yeah, Arjans, you're like a celebrity. A YouTube celebrity. At least in our community you are.
See, I like the disc too, because we are like old school. We have an old surround sound system set up.
Yeah,
so when
in-house.
we play our Blu-rays, we got the surround sound going, so
That's
it's
cool.
so much cooler.
Yeah.
We don't have it hooked up to our TV, so it's kind of nicer when we actually do dig them out. So
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to kind of flip-flop back and forth. Best and worst, best and worst, best and worst. So first and foremost, one of the best things about 2018 at Disney World is, of course, Toy Story Land. When Toy Story Land opened, it looked fantastic. It's so incredibly themed. It's wonderful. The rides are great. I'm actually really surprised at how good the Alien Swirling Saucers was.
yeah, I think everybody kept focusing on Slink Dog, and Alien Swirling Saucers just kind of was like, oh, everybody was like, meh. But I really enjoyed it,
I did
especially
too.
me, because you know how much I don't like roller coasters. So I have a special appreciation for Alien Swirling Saucers.
I did. I really thought everything about it. Hey, Abby, welcome
Hey,
in.
Abby.
Main Street and Mickey, welcome in. But I did. I really thought that Toy Story Land was done really, really well. Incredibly themed. The rides were great. And I just thought it was fun.
That's right. And we have it caught on video, Brian.
Yes, we do have. You guys have to watch that sometime. It's the
And
funniest thing
I'm
ever.
determined it's because we were in the very back seat. So maybe I'll have
Yes,
to try
but
it
that was
again.
good.
And it was nighttime. So
Mhm.
maybe I'll have to try it again near the front during the day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's one of the best things because, again, the theming's great, the rides are great, the food was good. I liked the little snack stand they have there, a little quick service option
Yeah.
that they had. So we really enjoyed Toy Story Land. I thought it was great.
Thanks, Meg.
It
It
was
was great seeing Melissa tortured. Woo! We'll get the next one will be me on Splash Mountain. Woo!
Probably not, actually.
No, I promised Dan I would go on it one more
Yeah.
time.
It is intense in the back, Abby. You're right. It is intense, but that's why I loved it so much. I thought it was great.
That's probably why I was so miserable. I know. I know, Brian. That's
But-
what people always, what is it the saying, if we didn't tease you, it would mean we hated you or didn't
Yeah,
like
something
you.
like that. Robin, you're going to love Toy Story Land. It's really, really great.
I love the land. I love it at night, especially with the lights lit up.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. At night, it's
Mm.
even better. It's even better. Oh, it's so cool at night.
It's awesome.
But that being said, one of the worst for 2018 is also Toy Story Land.
But
And I'll tell you why. And here's why. For the theming, as great as it was, there's absolutely no shade
yeah, it is hot.
anywhere in that land. So in the summertime, it's going to be so hot, and there is literally nowhere to escape it.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere to escape it at all. Plus, both of the queues are outside queues.
Right.
So you're always in the heat. That's one of the only things about the land I didn't like. I think the other thing I didn't like about it is the fact that you don't have any real store. There's no
Yeah.
There's no merchandise store in this
there's
place. You have the
no
two little kiosks, but
place to escape, really.
Right.
To cool down. Yeah, absolutely. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah, that's true, Abby. That's actually really, really true in a lot of ways because it happens like that is where it's really great. The theming's fantastic, but then you're like, man, I just wish that they had a little bit more of
I'm
like
having heat stroke.
Yeah, I'm having heat stroke, but at least I'm enjoying my heat stroke.
Yes. It's an enjoyable heat stroke.
It's an enjoyable heat stroke.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. We love Toy Story Land. I think it's fantastic. If nothing else, it helps to ease the stress of the crowds at that park, for sure. R. Johns is going to meet with Meg again. That's going to be fun.
Oh, I know. We really enjoyed meeting you, too.
It was.
We
It was
agree
great.
with you, Meg. He is awesome.
It was fun.
For sure.
And Meg, I get that. I know they have the Pixar store on Sunset Boulevard. Yes, they do. But I think that store needs to be incorporated into the land. I don't understand why they couldn't do that. I don't know. Good. And Abby, I hope they do build an Al's Toy Barn at some point. Because I know it was scrapped now, but maybe there's been rumors that they're going to expand Toy Story Land. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they will expand it, and that'll be part of it.
I think once Star Wars Land opens and that
They're
park
gonna
becomes more... No, I think it's going to become a more viable park. I just happened to be looking at an article prior to starting the show tonight about how everything dropped really low for Hollywood Studios over the last year. And, until Toy Story Land opened... it wasn't much of a park, and I think they need to make it a viable park again. And then once and they're working toward it, and it starts bringing in the money they know they're going to bring in, then they can do that. So I think that's really where they're headed. It's just a matter of time.
Yes, I know Zoe's in Disneyland right now. Brian, absolutely. She went like a coast to coast in the same day or something like that.
They were Disney World and Disneyland.
But I just think, Brian, and I get what you're saying. I understand the correlation of Toontown of Hollywood Studios for Toy Story Land, but I don't know. I think this is a little bit of a notch up from that. Only because the two rides they have in there are really, really good. Not Toy Story. Slinky Dog Dash is actually more intense than I expected it to be. Wouldn't you think it was more intense than Seven Dwarfs?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. I can ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train without really any issues at all. So... I would have to say yes, but I'd probably have to ride Slink again just to get a better feel for it. I don't know. Because actually, this last time we rode Mine Train, I actually was a little scared. And
she's scared
in the back, but I don't know. I can't remember. Were we sitting anywhere
special? Yeah, we were in the back.
We were in the back again. So that may have something to do with it. It was weird because I was on it. I was like, why do I feel scared this time? And that may definitely be it. So I probably need to give Slink another chance.
Yep. Well, Meg, no word on monetization yet. I'm hoping to hear something soon. We've been over 4,000 hours now for a little while, so I'm hoping to hear something soon. But that's kind of a segue. I want to say thank you to one of the people in the chat who did actually our first ever monetization, kind of like super chat. Brian, thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
He went out there and donated to our channel, and it was very nice of him, very generous. Didn't have to do that. Monetization is wonderful, but it's obviously not something we ever expect.
No.
So, Brian, we thank you for that. It was very, very generous of you and kind of you to do that. But no, Meg, nothing yet. Hopefully we'll hear something soon. We do have our coffee account that we call it for those who would like to obviously, what's the word I'm looking for? Donate. But no need ever to do so. It's not something that's expected.
Absolutely not.
But we wanted to throw that out to Brian. I definitely appreciate that, Brian. And hey, welcome in, Steve's World.
Steve, hello and goodbye. I'm glad you have family, though. That makes the holidays the best.
Absolutely, bud. No problem at all. Happy New Year to you and Merry Christmas.
Thanks for stopping in and saying hi.
Yeah, that was nice. But thank you, Brian, for that, definitely. And Steve, yeah, no problem, buddy. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But, so yeah, let's move on. But again, Toy Story Land, it leans much more to the best than it does the worst.
Oh, absolutely.
With any land, you're going to have pros and cons. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. But any land's going to have pros and cons. But, we just wanted to point them out. I wish there was a way that they could find to make it more shade in there. That's all. Yeah, that's all. But, so there you go. That's our first one. Another one of the best is going to fall in. Hey, Dougie, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in.
Darling.
Darlings. Another one of the best for us was the special parties. And when we say special parties, we mean along the lines of the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas Party. Those parties are always wonderful. They do a great job with them. They're themed incredible. They have great special meet and greets. The parties are great. The castle shows are great. The parades are unbelievable. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess we can add to that like the special event things too, like the additional Moonlight Magic for those DVC members.
Thanks, Abby. Take care.
Things like that, you know.
Yeah.
That just make things nice. Of course, I know they're there pretty much every year, but
Right.
I feel like they get more and more spectacular in many ways.
Yeah.
And also offering, now granted, I know they cost money, but doing those extra hours,
Mhm.
you can go
Yeah, after hours.
after hours, you know, where you can pay to go and just basically have almost like having the park to yourself. I think those are great things. And
Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas Party.
Not so scary. Is
Did
that
I
what we
say
said?
that? I might have said that. Well, it's not so
we
scary.
were merging the two together, which actually would be really cool.
Yeah,
It would
that
almost be like a Nightmare Before Christmas party.
There you go. See, Meg?
See?
See?
I know
We're
you
thinking.
love that, Meg.
We're
you
thinking.
would love it.
Not really. That would be scary. But the parties are great. They're special events. They do something that's different, that kind of puts you into a special feel. And we experienced it for the first time this year, and it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Halloween party for sure. So
Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas Party. Mickey's Very Merry Halloween Party. But the parties are great. They're a lot of fun. They're fantastic, and we love them. But that being said, it's also going to fall into the worst of 2018 because, and again, kind of get the correlation of this show tonight, folks.
Pizza and cheesecake.
Oh.
Does Domino's deliver cheesecake, or you had that left over from
Cheesesteak.
Christmas? Oh, cheesesteak. I thought he said cheesecake. You can
Yeah.
tell I'm craving something sweet.
Yeah. But specialty parties and the special events fall into the worst as well, and here's why. For one, the parties there's too many of them. They have way too many. What makes them special is the fact that they're limited, in my opinion. And Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, there must be 30 of them. It seems like every other day there's a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And same with the Very Merry Christmas Party. They're all the time. And I think that kind of takes away from the park for people that maybe aren't going to the party, who want to spend the day at Magic Kingdom. Well, they got to leave by 6 o'clock.
Right.
And it's often. I mean, we were down there for 5 days, and 3 of the 5 days we were there was a Halloween party. And if you weren't going, you couldn't go to the Halloween parties those days.
I'm mouthing to Brian. He asked if I wanted a lava cake.
Yes, he will.
Like sign language here in the back.
Well, man, I understand that, and that's another part of what I was going to say, too, as part of the worst for me. The crowds, they're way too crowded. For special events, they're way too crowded. And that's part of the problem for me, is I think they should have one of the two. You either need to do less parties, or you need to limit the amount of people that are in these parties. Because the Halloween party we went to, it just felt like a regular park day. It was so crowded in there. Everything had lines and long lines. And it just didn't feel like a special event. At special events, it's supposed to feel like you can get the things quicker in some ways. Now, I know some of the meet and greets are going to be long, and I get that. But it didn't feel like it.
Yeah, like even waiting for rides and different things. I always imagined that was something where you're getting an advantage by paying that extra money, where you can get on something quicker. Or granted, yes, you're getting all the candy and you're getting the extra shows and but it should be more than that, considering how much they cost. So.
And you're right, Meg. And less parties, I agree, John. That's my opinion. And part of it is because and I know this is going to sound funny, but it's true. I'm thinking of the other people, is those that aren't going to the party. I wouldn't want to be somebody that's down there for 3 days or 2 days, and the one day I want to go to Magic Kingdom, I got to leave by 6 o'clock.
Right.
I get there's going to be days that happens, and it's going to probably affect somebody, but they do it so often, and it's a ton. It's a ton of times for sure. And Dougie's going down for Christmas. That's going to be awesome. I hope you get the proper one for sure, bud.
He says they should have Halloween and Christmas parties for just him. He feels like he deserves it.
Don't we all feel like that?
That's what Meg says. She said, me too, and then we'll have to agree. No, Meg, not for you.
And Meg,
only Dougie.
And Meg, you're right. You're exactly right. They used to not be that crowded, but they become so popular. And then they're adding more and more dates. I mean, we're into August and we're having Halloween parties in August.
Right.
And I would not be surprised if they continue to get even earlier and earlier. I mean, they're not going to have them in June, but you know what I mean.
But
right?
yeah, that's why Ray J said when he went September 4th, it was empty because a lot of people really aren't in that mindset. So that probably is the best time to go. But at the same time, do you want to go that early?
Right.
It all depends on what you want to do.
Right, that's true.
And Chris said, and this is what I was saying earlier, and I agree, he's going to do one of the after hours events, and I think that would be phenomenal because what I've seen online is the parks look virtually empty. So you can probably get as much done, and it's like a 4-hour event.
Or 3 hours.
3 or
something
4
like
hours.
But either way, you can
as you can get done in the park in an entire day. So it's probably worth it because you're paying about the same price as a park ticket.
A little less.
But if you can get everything done in that time frame,
yeah,
then it's a win-win. And,
yeah.
and you don't have to deal with the crowds and the waiting and all that other stuff. I want to hear how that goes for you, Chris, because it's something we're considering too.
Yep. No, Meg, I don't think they'll go to the middle of August either. I really don't. I think they've kind of hit their cap on where they can go for the Halloween party. And same for the Christmas party. They can only make it so early.
Right.
Well, exactly. Right.
Yeah,
that's a great point right there, which you just said. Imagine if they could spread the parties to other parks.
Right.
Why I mean, I get they want to have the parade down. I mean, I guess you can't have the parade in Animal Kingdom. You know, you can't have it in Epcot. Where would you have it in Epcot? You're going to go around World Showcase? That's a heck of a long way.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. That would be really nice. It is. Chris, the After Hours is fantastic. All the videos we've seen of the After Hours events look to be awesome.
It does.
They are really, really not crowded because, first off, they're only allowing in 3,000 to 4,000 people,
which is nothing.
That's nothing.
In the
That park
that
park can hold 100,000 people.
That's crazy.
So you're not even talking 4%, 5% of what capacity is. So you'll love After Hours for sure.
I wonder if they're going to end up bumping up the numbers for that too, because that's what they do.
Yeah,
as thing goes on, they're going to say,
might.
Let's make it 10,000.
Yeah, let's hope not.
I hope not too.
I hope not.
But who's to say?
Yep. Yeah, Meg. No, I agree. They're not going to move. They're not going to move it. But you could have a different type of party at one of those. It's a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party at Animal Kingdom, but you make changes to it. So it's not always at Magic Kingdom, where Magic Kingdom has to shut down for folks every 3 out of 5 days or 3 out of 7 days, whatever it may be. But maybe they could have it at Epcot, and it can be the Very Merry Christmas party in a different way and have different types of parties.
And that kind of happened to us because we wanted to make sure we could see the fireworks show. And any night that we were available to go, they were having the Mickey's Not So Scary, and we weren't able to do it. So we had to move things around and find a way to stay an extra night just so we could see it because we didn't want to leave without seeing
I agree.
it. So it was a little frustrating.
Yep. Mickey's Release All the Animals party at Animal Kingdom. That won't go well, Chris.
It makes me think, well, that would be a good Halloween. That makes me think of what The Purge.
Purge. Or what was that TV show, Zoo? Or something like that?
It's like, if you can survive the night.
Yeah, if you can survive the night, it's a great party. And the price is only $19.99.
Jumanji.
Jumanji all over again. There you go.
Oh my God.
That would be a real party.
That's frightening.
It would be It would be killer. There'd be some real meat on the bones at that party, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
God bless. Yep, exactly.
Animal Kingdom After Hours party would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a villains night at Hollywood Studios.
Yep, they could do that,
yeah.
Dougie. That's a good idea. They could definitely do that. They could definitely do that. Absolutely. Yep, they did that. Remember when what was the villains party they did at Hollywood Studios that you're talking about? I can't remember the name of it.
It was like a dance party or something.
No. Where the whole park. Remember they had tons of people.
Park?
It was like the villains night or something. Dougie, Meg, you probably. What was the name of that party?
Yeah, they had clubbed it, but it was something other than
that?
No, that's what I was thinking.
It was a party throughout the entire park. Oh my gosh, they had meet and greets all over the place. They had.
Was it a special event?
Yes.
But it was just a one-time thing, wasn't it?
But they did it twice. They did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it was something very limited.
Like Rise of the Villains, or I can't remember what they called it, but it was the entire Hollywood Studios park, and there were villains all over the place, and there were special events going on in there, and the lines were out the door.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
see, Dougie said that too. It was twice.
yeah,
First time it wasn't ticketed, and it was a disaster.
Yes, exactly. It was a
It was
disaster.
probably packed.
Do you remember the name of it? I can't remember. Club Villain, yes, Meg, but this was a party, and it was a few years ago. It's probably about 5 years ago now. I can't remember the name of it, but there are videos on it too. Yeah, I agree. It looked fantastic if you could get in.
And if you can do it right, I think they should do more of that.
Gosh.
I think it would be amazing, and I don't know why they don't.
No, me either. All right, so that was really intense. But let's move on.
Get off on our tangents.
I know, we do. We get off on that tangent for sure.
It's fun.
But other best, Unleash the Villains. That's what it
Thank
was.
you.
Thank you. I couldn't remember. Hey, Bridget,
Hey,
welcome
Bridget.
in. How are you?
Oh, you're driving for a lift. A good
Have
time
a
of the
good
year
time.
to make
Yeah,
some money.
that's some good money. Yep.
Got that right.
Well, good luck. Be careful out there driving. Hope you make some big bucks for sure. Glad you stopped in. Thank you. I hope you had a good Christmas, you and your son. Hey, Ray J, no problem.
Aww.
Thanks for stopping in. We definitely appreciate it. Be safe.
Yeah,
everybody.
Have an awesome time.
Oh, it's just Disney. Well, Brian, hold on to that for a second because we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
We are.
But we're speaking of dining, we're going to talk about one of the other bests for us is some of the new dining offerings at Disney Springs. Now, we got to experience a couple of them when we were down there, and we really enjoyed them. And you've got stuff like Chicken Guy, you've got Maria and Enzo's, you've got Pizza Ponte, Terralina, Wolfgang Puck.
And more.
And more.
Ready.
I mean, you have so many new offerings of food, dining experiences down at Disney Springs that is just off the hook. It's unbelievable the amount that they're having right now. I don't know which ones you guys have tried, but there are tons, and the ones we tried, I enjoyed Chicken Guy. I know Melissa didn't.
I think my expectations were way too high. It just didn't seem as flavorful as I had hoped it would be. I would try it again. I don't know why. I don't know what I was expecting, but anywho.
No, actually, Chris, that was kind of where we went. That was kind of the only two correlations were the first two. Because I'm really excited. Disney Springs has become almost like a fifth park to me.
Well, it's true.
I enjoy it down there.
My dad saw us posting pictures, and he said to me, he's like, where were you those first couple days? He's like, I didn't think you were in Disney. I saw you. I'm like, no, that's Disney Springs, which is like their shopping district. I said, that's all free. I'm like, you don't have to pay to get in there. I think he thought I'd lied to him. We were in Disney for a whole week. I'm like, I swear, we really weren't.
Yep. I think that what they've done with Disney Springs has just it's transcended the whole area there into something that's such a main attraction now itself that I love it. I love it down there. Even just walking around, it's fantastic. Don't you agree?
Oh, I love it down there. I want so bad to see the trees thing, and it's so much fun to be there now. I didn't used to care. Like when it was
Downtown Disney.
Yeah, and before that, when it was
no, it was Downtown Disney, but Pleasure Island was part of it.
We never went. It wasn't something that interested me at all. And now I just enjoy it. We went down there a couple of times. Before we went into the parks, we spent a bunch of time down there. It's so much fun.
Yep, it's fantastic. Ducky, the Coke. I'm a Pepsi drinker. I'm not a Coke drinker. I know you're probably going to get mad at me for that.
But it's a cool store.
Oh, the store's fantastic. I love it. We got a picture taken with the polar bear.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Post that one. We did.
Yep, we really did. It was a lot of fun down there, and the Coke store is really nice. It's gigantic.
It's
like
a nice store.
3 stores?
Yeah, the top story has a bar where you can get Coke drinks and even alcoholic drinks or just a mixture of different sodas and all that stuff and overlook Disney Springs. It's very nice.
Yeah, I'm a Pepsi guy, Robin.
Robin's a Pepsi guy. He should have a Pepsi IV.
Yeah, I know.
Sadly.
And Bridget, yes, go to a few of the places down there at Disney Springs. Planet Hollywood you loved. If you loved Planet Hollywood, you're going to enjoy all the other places tenfold. It's going to be great.
I'm with you, Dougie. I'm not a big soda drinker, but Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper is usually what I like, or maybe a root beer here and there. But,
yeah.
No, other than that, I'm not a big soda girl.
And Meg...
Ginger ale. I like ginger ale.
Meg's reading minds too, Meg, because that's another one of the ones that made the best list, was also at Disney Springs, some of the stores down at Disney Springs. Obviously, the major refurb of World of Disney is fantastic. Don't you think it looks great?
Gosh. Yeah, they really did a nice job. I was hesitant, and I was kind of like, oh, I really like the characters, and but now that it's done, it's so classy looking, but very cool, and I love some of the moving photos they have on the walls, and just the way they sectioned off, and there's more space to move around.
Yes.
They did an incredible job.
We
didn't get to see it completely open,
right?
Which stinks because I think it was the very next week that they finished it and it opened up, but it was very nice. So it's very, very nice.
It is. It's beautiful. The World of Disney store is fantastic. And like Melissa said, on the walls, the way they can make the animation move and everything, it's amazing. And I love that store now. I think it's probably my favorite store down there now. I don't know. I just love that store. And of course, they also have the Disney Style store, which is amazing. They have some of the best stuff down in that store.
Yes.
And I love that they have one of the Skyliners above you and one of the teacups down below.
Yeah.
And the wall they can change it, and it's kind of animated in there as well.
And I like a lot of the new T-shirts and stuff they've come out with. So much more creative than they used to be, like with the sayings and the different things and the hats, like Thank the Phoenicians and different things, that have to do with the parks instead of... instead of just the typical character, this or that. I really enjoy that.
It's fantastic.
Did you wear your new shirt tonight?
No, I didn't wear it. Melissa got me a shirt.
He's got a People Mover shirt.
I got a People Mover shirt from Melissa that says, have your people call my people, or I'll have my people call your people, something like that.
And it's got a picture of the People Mover.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But there's so many great stores down there now, too. It's really nice. Sephora is one of them, Meg.
I have to stay away from that store. I can't afford it.
Now,
I need some new bronzer, like highlighter, and they have good stuff.
And it's funny because Meg, AMC is Mason, our youngest, went to the movies down there, and he liked it.
And they were so cool because you go in and get your ticket, and you pick your seat, and around. Well, I guess most people don't pick your seat. Reminds me of something my dad used to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you get to pick where you have like assigned seating, which is so cool.
Seating.
And I guess they're starting to do that up here too.
Yeah, they are.
But that's just was so weird to me when I saw that. I was like,
you should just be free for all. Just
you
go
can
wherever
look
you
at the thing and it says where do you want to
sit.
Seat,
yeah, that's pretty neat.
And you can pick whatever's available, and you don't have to worry about getting there, 45 minutes ahead to get a decent seat. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, they have so many stores, and of course they have Splitsville down there as well.
I know, we haven't even tried that yet.
No, but but it's so many different things down there. They have the candy store, the what's it called? Where they had the oh my gosh, I can't think of the name.
Well, I know they have the Goofy Candy Company, but they have the
other one. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Meg said they do it. Bridget said they do it for the assigned seating.
Yeah, it's starting to become more of a thing, so it's interesting.
Hey, Marisol, welcome in our Disney Adventures. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in. Getting your seat isn't polite in public. Yeah, oh my gosh, Robin, it's true. It's becoming movies. Going to the movies is becoming an experience too, for sure.
Well, it costs enough. You might as well. It keeps going up and up and up. It's like $15 a person just to see the movie before you get your snack. So I guess they should let you pick your seat.
Oh my gosh, they do all kinds. Stacy, welcome in. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Marisol. I hope everybody had a good Christmas in your family. I know you had a lot of people to buy for.
Oh my.
Well, Santa did. Santa had to help out, I'm sure. But welcome in, Stace. Hope you had a good Christmas as well. We're talking about our best and worst of 2018, guys. Again, if you haven't already hit that like button, please give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps the stream. Definitely helps out a lot. We appreciate everybody being in here. And hey, Alex is in. Welcome in, Alex. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you had a good Christmas. Again, folks, if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. We'd appreciate it. Take it insane. That's America for you. Yeah, we're pretty crazy over here.
Oh yeah, Meg. I know we still haven't seen Mary Poppins. We're debating. Walt's birthday is Saturday, so he wants to go to the movies.
Yeah, we're going to go to the movies in the afternoon. I don't know what we're seeing yet.
He's debating whether we're going to see Mary Poppins, whether we're going to see Aquaman, whether we're going to see... We still haven't
Wreck-It
seen...
Ralph, Fantastic Beasts.
We've seen none of them. We haven't been... We're usually good at going to the movies, and just... Yeah, this year is just flying.
Yeah.
We have so much stuff that's been going on, so...
Yep.
Anywho, we'll let you know what we end up seeing.
Yep. So.
Oh, Bridget, her son got a Mickey toddler car seat for Christmas.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
So cute.
Oh. Hey, thanks,
I didn't know
Meg.
they made those. We'll keep that in the back of my mind so when we have our grandchild.
Thank you, Meg. I'm 25 on Saturday.
29 again.
I will be actually. I don't mind, Brian. I'll be 48. 48 on Saturday. So, at least for another year, I'll be 48.
That's funny.
That's what we heard.
Emotions. I mean, mixed opinions on that. So it's like when you're spending money, you want it to be something where you're not completely bummed out. Actually, we have some gift cards, so we don't necessarily be
We
spending.
have a lot of
money.
gift cards actually, so we'll be using those.
So I guess it doesn't matter since we're not paying it out of our pocket. But
Yeah, 25. Yeah, Meg, I think I'm your age twice.
I know. I'm our youngest son's age twice. Our oldest son's age twice. Thanks, Robin.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Robin. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Yeah, John's. I wish. Our John's, if you're older than me, you're not that much older than me.
You don't look older. So.
Oh,
see,
Dougie! I
Dougie.
can't believe that. It can't be that bad. Is it that bad?
It
doesn't look that bad. Robin, you're older?
You are? Oh, Robin, you don't look it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
We're
I
all
guess
just so young. Oil of Olay.
Melissa's young. Melissa's young looking.
Yeah, right.
Melissa's my age. No, not really.
I'm younger than Walt. I'm 44. I don't mind saying how old I am.
7 years, okay. Are you sure, John? Are you sure, Richard?
What? Nuh-uh. Liar.
Yeah, we're all kids at heart. That's exactly right. Stacey, I'm going to be 48. 51, there you go. You're not that much older. We're all right there.
We've all found the fountain of youth. It's here in our chat.
Exactly. No, it's down in Florida, in Orlando.
Yeah,
that's
that
where
must
it is.
be it.
That's where the youth is. That's where we want to be.
That's why our Johns look so young.
Yeah, there you go. See, look. Okay, moving on from my birthday and my age and how old I am.
True, Chris, true.
That's right. That's true. But let's keep going with the best. And now we're going to move on to the one that you were talking about earlier, Brian and Meg.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the one at Artist Point, becoming that character meet and greet, the Snow White one. I have seen videos. I've seen 2 videos now of it, of people doing reviews, and it looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
Yep, we're about the same age, Stacey, for sure.
Yep.
That's good, Bridget. It's good that you feel 25.
That is good. I think that's part of my problem, starting to feel my age. And now I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, all these little things, and I'm like, I am hating it.
It might be, Brian. I don't know.
God's waiting room. I guess it kind of is. Doesn't everybody retire down the floor?
Yeah, that's true. That's what he means.
I know. It's just funny.
But the Artist Point, the new character experience with Snow White, you get Snow White, you get Grumpy, you get Dopey, and you get the Evil Queen.
Nice.
Now, the Evil Queen is a meet and greet. You have to go up to her. She doesn't come to the tables. But Grumpy, Dopey, and Snow White will come to the tables. Now, I haven't seen a lot on the food yet, but the whole area looks nice. They've redone the area a little bit, put some trees in there, make it look like you're in the forest. And it looks pretty darn awesome.
Oh, give us some tidbits, Chris. You said the food looks interesting. What did you see? Because Walt said I haven't had a chance to look into it at all.
It is different.
So.
I agree. What I saw very little of the food part of it. I kind of skipped over that because I just wanted to see the theming of the character experience.
That's how you can tell we're completely different, because the first thing I would have done was looked at the food.
Brian, get the reservation. I'm telling you, I think it looks like this is going to be a really, really nice experience. Get the reservation right away. 6 months out if you can. Do the 180 days to be sure.
That's cute. That's really cute.
Dougie, it's true. I do the same thing. It takes me a while to get off the ground. I'm playing with the dog. It takes me 5 minutes to get to my feet again.
Well, I trust Disney Food Blog, Brian. She seems to have a lot of similar taste to me, so I'm thinking it's good then.
Well, see,
and Diz Unplugged too.
Well, DFB and Diz Unplugged, and one of the people with Diz Unplugged is Pete Werner, who's the president over there. Pete's always hard to please.
He is. He's
He's
very particular.
he's a food prude, I call him. He's particular, but if he gave it a pretty good review, I don't know which one of them gave the review, but if he gave it a pretty good review, then I think that's probably a good sign.
It is a good
because
sign.
he's pretty hard on the food a lot of times.
A food snob, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Meg, go to as many character dinings as you can. We've done a lot of them. I love them. I think they're great.
You see, Dougie put far too often. I'm saying things like "ow, my hip" and sneezing and throwing my back out.
I know. That's why I said it takes me a while to get off the ground.
No, but I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, I have that pinched nerve in my back, and every so often I'm like, oh my god, wah, wah, wah.
So what was it that they said they served? Prime rib is one of them. That's pretty good.
What else? I'm not a big prime rib fan.
Yeah, it just depends.
Terrible?
Yeah, Chris, did they say what else is there? You know, Brian, I get it. Pete's kind of one of those guys. I don't mind him, but he can be taken. He's hard to take from time to time. I agree.
They're just very negative. Walt and I talk about that. It's hard to watch their show sometimes because everything's always negative, negative, negative.
Hey, Cargo, welcome in.
So, hey, Cargo.
Hey.
And we want to be positive. We have enough negative in our lives during the day.
True.
So we don't need it on our vlogs.
I agree, Meg. That's a good point. You know, the reviews, food means a lot, and it does. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's got to be good food, though.
Stacy.
What'd you say?
I remember when Snap, Crackle, and Pop in the mornings was just a breakfast cereal. Now it's me every time I get up.
Hey, Dougie, thank you very much,
Dougie.
buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping in.
Us today.
You too, bud. Talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.
New Year.
Yeah, and Happy New Year if we don't talk to you, for sure. Yes, the poison apple and the hunter's gift. Chocolate in a box. Oh my gosh, that sounds good.
I like chocolate. It's fine if it's in a box. I don't care.
Oh my gosh, it's true. But, see, and Meg, I'm more with you. I would say the food would be second for me, but it's a close second because I don't want it to be terrible food.
For me, yeah, it kind of has to be the total package for me because one of the worst things when I go out to eat somewhere is if you have a crappy experience or a crappy waiter, or it takes away from me no matter how good the food is. So you're right.
Yeah.
You know, I've had cases where I really liked the food, but the service was so bad that it just ruined it for me.
Well, I'll give you an example. It didn't ruin it, but it took away from the experience with Yak and Yeti.
But I was thinking of a time when I went out to dinner with my mom and sister.
No, but I'm sticking with Disney. We had a Yak and Yeti experience where the Yak and Yeti food was great, but the service was bad, and that surprised us, and we were really disappointed, and we didn't leave there with the best taste in our mouth, no pun intended, than we thought we were going to have. The food was great, but the waiter was never around. He was not very good. And it took from the experience.
Super friendly.
Yep.
He was kind of blah. So for me, it's kind of an overall. But I guess if I don't know, it's kind of an overall thing for me. It has to be kind of good in both. But yes, if the food's bad, then that's going to bum me out altogether too because I'm a foodie. So, you know.
And Bridget, I'd like to do 1900 Park Fair. We almost did it. We almost did it.
We almost scheduled it this last trip, so it's definitely on our top of our to-do list.
Yep, for sure. But the Artist Point new character dining experience looks amazing. If anybody does it, Brian, I hope you're able to do it. Book it, bud, and make sure you let us know what it's about. Arjons, I don't know if you're going to go there at any point with Resort TV 1, but if you guys do, send me a message on Twitter or something if you guys are going to do that, and I'll be sure to try to check in.
No, not Red Lobster, Chris. Not Red Lobster. Unless you're just getting cheddar biscuits. Oh, that's so funny. That's a waste.
Yes, Arjon, you're right. I'm surprised Dan hasn't heard us by now.
Maybe if I say, Dole Whip.
Yeah, that might do it.
Dole Whip. Dole Whip. That's funny.
No, Chris did it.
Cinderella was boring. Lady Tremaine and the sisters were hilarious. I've heard they're always pretty good. Food was decent, though not spectacular. So,
we'll see.
That's never good.
No.
Yeah. I know it's unusual to have bad service at Disney, Brian. I agree. It's. I guess I shouldn't even say it was bad. It was just mediocre.
Yeah.
It was just nothing special. And you always expect something a little above and beyond when you're at Disney.
And I know it sounds terrible to say that. And it's not that we're snobs, but with the amount of money you pay, you do expect a certain level of service and quality in not only the food, but in the service that you get.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you pay the amount of money that we all pay when we go to these places, we are expecting good service and good food.
for good reason.
And I don't think that's asking too much.
I don't either. It's a big price tag, and
thank you. Give me a high five on that, girl. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
We like Crystal Palace too, and Chef Mickey's. We've been to both of those, Brian. We did a lunch at Crystal Palace. I really want to do breakfast there. I think that would be more up our alley.
But we enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, it wasn't anything super memorable to me. I remember enjoying the characters, but the food I don't remember it. So it couldn't have been anything all that great. So, I don't know.
And Chris,
Chef Mickey's was good.
I enjoyed Chef Mickey's. The food is boring in that it's your normal breakfast fare. It's not anything that's going to be a little bit adventurous or unique. It's your normal breakfast fare. It's going to have your eggs, your bacon, your sausage, your pancakes.
Variety.
But it's the normal
oatmeal.
stuff.
But and buffets are for breakfast, Brian. I agree. But I don't know. I've never done dinner at Chef Mickey's, and I see they have a brunch now, too.
Right.
So I don't know if that might be better, maybe more for the
Right.
money. So you guys would have to let us know. I don't know if
Well, we did the buffet
We did
breakfast
the breakfast buffet.
at Chef Mickey's.
So
But
that's your standard, cereal, bagels,
Yeah.
toast, eggs.
But
they
it
had
was
different-
good.
Yeah, it was great.
it was great. I mean,
It's
we
fun.
had a good time with it, and I loved being inside the Contemporary and eating breakfast and watching the monorail go
Yeah.
by. I mean, it was neat. It was good. It's a good experience. It really is.
Mhm.
No, John, Disney is not cheap. You're right. Definitely is not.
Cargo's not allergic to candy. Neither
Ah.
are we.
Good. Yeah. I wish
Must
I
be
was.
really hard having food allergies, having to go places. I can't even fathom that. I feel bad for people and parents that have to go through that, and especially plan their trips. And
Yeah.
that's hard.
But what I like about one last thing on the Artist Point breakfast is I like the fact that it's something that you don't have to buy a ticket to do. You can just go there, book a reservation, and even if you just live in the area and you want to go there for the day, you can go there, go to Wilderness Lodge, have breakfast with a character, and you don't have to have a park ticket to do it. And so
Right.
it's nice that you have that extra option now.
Oh wow, Stacy! How long ago did you guys do that? Have you lost a lot of weight? Does that work for you? I know I've known several people that have done it, and it's worked really well, and other people not so much.
Oh, that was nice. Look at Cargo's comment.
Oh, thanks, Cargo. You're sweet.
She is.
I actually am wearing like PJs, and then just so I'd look dressed, I put my green sweater and my matching earrings so I'd look all pretty.
Yep.
But underneath, I'm wearing this cruddy old white stained shirt and a pair of gray sweatpants. Confessions.
Arjan's Garden Grill is fantastic,
So
by
I'm
the
not
way.
standing up. Don't ask me to get up and show you anything or get the dog.
Cargo, what are you saying? I don't look cute tonight?
Oh, he always looks cute.
I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. But yes, it really is. There's so many great places to go for sure. Let's see. What is our Disney Adventures? For sure, a typical guy won't. Oh my gosh. Well, last thing on the best list. And, well, actually, you know what? Let's go. No, we'll stick with the best list.
Bridget Garden Grill is great, and we
Garden-
especially loved a breakfast there.
Yeah.
So good. Yum, yum, yum. Walt looks fabulous.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Arjans. I appreciate that. So the last thing on the best list for me is, and for both, I can say me, but for both
he
of
really
us.
did the list because I'm like,
But we'd have to say it's got to be the resort changes. There you go.
it's a manly man.
Yeah, it's a manly man.
Manly
It's a
man.
manly man. It changes to the resorts. I think the refurbs on some of these resorts is really looking nice. I like the fact that Pop Century has been getting some room upgrades. All-Star Movies has been getting room upgrades and refurbs. And, of course, Caribbean Beach. If you guys have not seen all the new refurbs and changes to Caribbean Beach, go out and watch some videos on it. It's fantastic. And all the new stuff coming, too. But the resorts, doing the upgrades to some of these much-needed upgrades to these resorts has been, I think, a big plus, too. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it really has. I think it's awesome. It really helps to make the experience that much better when you're walking into a resort that's so beautiful and so well done and well themed and looks brand new, because for some of them it will be. It means a lot. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Nope. Oh, Bridget's going in fall. Third birdie.
Third birdie.
Birthday. And 8th anniversary. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
And it could. It could, Chris. It could be considered the worst too because of the additional parking charge. I agree.
Yes, good point. I think that's crazy. We're lucky being DVC, we don't have to pay them, but I didn't know that initially, and we were trying to work out the cost, like to get, if we were going to get a rental car, if we were going to drive, take our own car, what that cost was going to be. It's really expensive, and I think it's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, for the longest time, they didn't charge parking. What changed? Why all of a sudden
make more money?
Yeah, why? That's the one thing I have to say is what you for the longest time didn't charge. Why now all of a sudden are you charging?
Yeah,
what happened?
Again, it should be one of the perks of choosing to stay on a Disney resort property. I think it's ridiculous. I don't think that anyone staying there should have to pay to park.
Yep, I agree. Brian's going October 12th to the 20th. Brian, great time to be down there. You're going to have a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Stacy's going to be there right around the same time, 15th to 29th. You're going for 2 weeks, Stacy.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Oh,
and
my
Bridget,
gosh.
Magical Express is great, except when you go back.
It's Tragical Express.
it's
Tragical Express on the way back.
Yes, but it's great. We've done that almost every trip except this last one when we drove. It's so convenient. You don't have to even get your luggage. They'll pick it up. It ends up in your room when you get back. It's in your room
when you get there. You can't beat it.
So much less to worry about. It's great.
Yep.
It's great.
All right. And we're not going to end on a bad note, but I got to touch on the other two worsts. And these are worsts that are always there at Disney, but they still are worse. And that's obviously refurbs make the list. Anytime you have refurbs, if you're there and rides are down, if things are down, when you're there, it can really take away from the experience. We were there one time with Melissa's mom when Pirates of the Caribbean was down. I can't even imagine. Well, I don't have to imagine it. It happened. But Arjun said he'll be there all year. That's a long vacation.
Stop rubbing it in.
Yeah, thanks. But refurbs mean a lot. I mean, like right now, the Walt Disney Railroad is down. That would be upsetting to me because I love the railroad. So those, refurbs always take away a little bit from your experience, I think.
Dean.
Hey, Dean, welcome in. Let's start over. All right, we're starting over. No, I'm just kidding.
Since we got way off track anyway. Too funny.
Oh my gosh, it's true though. Well, welcome in, Dean. I'm glad you're here, bud. We plugged your live stream show.
I really like that new
intro.
That
intro was neat.
Really awesome. We were watching that before we started our stream tonight. So
everybody's gonna have to show me how to do that stuff because I have no idea. Meg and Dan have been doing reaction videos, and they'll have the video and I don't know how you do this.
It is probably not hard. We're just technologically challenged, so.
Yeah, we are. We're technically. But refurbs and of course crowds. Crowds have been going.
They're getting worse.
It seems like it, and I think next year, as much as I'd love to go, it seems like I almost don't want to go next year because of when Star Wars Lands opens. Oh my gosh, it's going to be chaos.
That's funny.
Oh, I thought it went perfect. Dean, it went well.
Yeah, I thought
you did a really good job.
We enjoyed it. So, bye, Bridget. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Bridget. Take care. Thank you. We'll see you next week and happy.
Oh, you said you can. I read that first that you can't let us in on any of your secrets.
Oh.
See, I told you I needed glasses.
Who said I can't let you in?
No, Dean said he could.
Oh.
And I read it as he can't. So, I can't read. Too funny.
Meg, I wish I could learn along the way. I think I'm getting too old to the point that it doesn't compute. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Aww.
Saturday birthday stream, Walt. Yeah, I wish. No, maybe. No. Well, if I'm going to be streaming on Saturday, I'm going to be with Meg and Dan and everybody during their stream for a special Disney Fiasco stream on Saturday night at 7. Make sure you guys don't miss it. It's going to be a mega one. Mega one. Get it, Meg? No. Anyway. But it's going to be awesome, so make sure you check out Disney Fiasco on Saturday on Disney Dan's channel. And we may be there, hopefully. We'll see if we're back from dinner in time.
I know. Yeah.
We'll have to see.
We found out our oldest son is treating his dad to dinner and us that night. So that was kind of a special surprise. And we didn't know that when we first made plans to stream with you guys. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll make it back. But I can't promise anything. My son's treating me to dinner, so I have to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I know, right? That's how you know your kids are really growing up.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But who knows? Anyway. So there you go. Crowds, refurbs. Family always comes first. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate that. But crowds refurbs. But I tell you, when we look to 2019, there's so many different things to look forward to with 2019.
I know.
That's true.
Well, we're blabbermouths anyway. It's easy to run over, Brian.
But everybody out there in the chat who is still out there, tell me just one thing. Let's see who does this, who follows directions. Tell me one thing about 2019 that you're looking forward to the most. What is it that's coming up in Disney in 2019 that you're looking forward to the most? Don't get the fire fish. Hey, McDonald's, I'm all right with that. If that's where he wants to take me.
If it was our youngest son, that's where we'd be going. No, it'd be Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, Meg.
Meg's going in 11 days.
That's awesome.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Meg.
I know.
That. So John says the Skyliner. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
Chris says not being there with Galaxy Edge. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare.
The live actions. Alex says the live actions. Yeah, that's true. A lot of good ones coming, or at least
Aladdin,
I think.
And
Dumbo and
is Mulan?
Mulan, yeah.
Oh my gosh, those ones are actually exciting to me too. They're some of my favorites in terms of.
Hey Joshua, welcome in.
Animated. So hey Josh.
JM Lion, welcome in. How are you?
Hello there.
So Avengers Endgame, okay.
Oh, the Coronado Springs Tower.
Yep, Runaway Railway for John as well.
I don't want to talk about that.
Brian said his first trip to Disney. He's at yep, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that's so awesome. I wish we were going to be there.
Dean says.
You never know, though.
Dean says everybody going to Galaxy's Edge so he can do other things. Yep.
That's exactly
It's
right.
true. Of course, Disney College Program for Robin's son. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That is so cool.
Oh, thanks, R. Johns. Yep, hanging out with his YouTube friends at Disney. Yep, and hopefully that'll be us too.
Yeah.
And we're not just going to stay high this time. We're going to hang around for a little while.
We'll torture you.
Yep. Welcome in, Joshua. Glad you're here, buddy. Robin says The Lion King. Of course, Brian says Avengers Endgame as well. Oh my gosh. I think for me, one of the things I'm looking forward to next year is it is Galaxy's Edge. Star Wars was such a big part of my life as a kid. I can't wait to be able to experience it. I really can't.
It is a little sad, Stacy.
Never, Stacy.
Oh, no, you love what you love. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that was just the first thing that you thought of.
A happy ending, that's for sure.
We'll see.
I'll tell you what, that other one depresses the heck out of me. So,
Meg's excited for Far From Home as much as she is for Endgame.
So is Mason. Yeah, absolutely. Did they ever come out with that trailer?
No, not yet. I'm not excited for that. I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I can't help it.
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so
he's fine.
I liked Homecoming, so I'm interested to see. I've always liked Spider-Man. He's been probably my favorite. So, but I really do love the Avengers. I really love Captain America. So, I love all of that. All good.
Yeah, but I think I'm looking forward to Endgame the most. I'm interested to see how it ends. How they're going to do it. How they're going to tie all this together, and how they're going to and you know, well, I think it's going to be a bittersweet ending.
I'm sure.
I think that's how it's going to be.
They gave you the onions and peppers by mistake.
Oh my, that's not good.
You know, Brian, let me ask you this. This is a food question, totally unrelated. But when you get cheesesteaks in California, what do they come with? I'll tell you what. I grew up in southern Maine, and cheesesteaks were basically, you know, cheese. They did have onions, peppers, maybe mushrooms, that kind of stuff. I first moved here to Maryland, and my boss got me a cheesesteak just to be nice one day at my first job. And it had lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise on it. I thought I was going to die. I mean, I don't know where any of you guys are from, but cheesesteaks to me do not have lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise on them.
That's true.
I think it's weird. I guess it's just where you grew up. So that's just my point. I had to say it.
Yep. Batman, Meg, look, as much as I talk about Captain America with Marvel, my favorite comic book character of all time is Batman.
Yeah, it always
he's number one over everybody. So I totally agree with your boyfriend. He has to be number one. So if they come out with a new Batman movie, that probably would be first for me too, as long as it's not Ben Affleck.
Do you see that? Oh, I Teletubbies is involved.
They might be. You never know. Dumbo movie
Dumbo,
too. Yeah,
that is good. Because that's going to be that one looks super cute.
And Chris, you're exactly right, and nobody has talked about that. But Episode 9 of Star Wars comes out in December, and we've had hardly anybody really talk about that. Maybe because we haven't seen a trailer yet, but you're right. That's coming too. Yep, that's coming in December. Yep. Brian said steak, cheese, mushrooms, peppers, onions, sometimes lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise.
See, I don't get the lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. And I've heard of that. Everything in Pittsburgh has fries on it. I've heard of the sandwiches having fries on it. That, okay, I can see that. But I'm sorry. I can't do lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise on a cheesesteak. I just can't. It's weird. Oh, Stacy, what did you love lettuce? See, that just doesn't make sense. A Weber, okay. A cheesesteak hoagie. I think a lot of places, you're right, it's more of like a sub. It's not a real, like, cheesesteak. And it's all about where you grew up. That's all it is. Totally unrelated to Disney at all. Oh, all
right, everybody. Well, we are at 1 hour, and that's our best and worst of 2018.
And the best and worst of cheesesteaks.
Oh, okay. So I'm like, what is you laughing at?
No, it just seemed funny. Everything's funny to me. So, your sandwiches have coleslaw on them
and tomato.
Oh, interesting.
How about that? That's interesting.
Well, I know, like a lot of times, barbecue sandwiches will have coleslaw on them. I've heard of that.
God, I hope not. I hate the Teletubbies.
Oh, God, I know. Me too. Especially that little purple one with the purse.
Oh, my God.
What's his name? Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe.
Yeah.
I remember because one of our kids watched some of it, and it was torture.
Yeah, it was.
That was one of the shows I had the hardest times watching, that's for darn sure.
Thanks, Brian.
Back at you, Brian.
All right, guys. Well, before you head out, one last thing, a few real fast shout-outs to everybody. Please check out all those in the chat. If you haven't already subscribed to their channels, please go out and do so. Obviously, a big thank you to Dean at Dreamers Empire and the Live Place. A great place to find family-friendly live streams all the time. Dean, thank you again as usual. He's the super agent. And please subscribe to everybody's channels out there. We have so many great live streamers that are in this chat tonight. And I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, please go out and do so. Check out Disney Fiasco on Saturday. He's going to do a great stream. It's going to be talking about 2018 and 2019 and a lot of other great stuff coming. And I hope you guys have a great New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. I see your comment about don't you put maple syrup on everything. It made me think of Elf. Because it's sugar.
Yep.
Is maple syrup sugar?
And
I did try the cheesesteak with the lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and it was just plain weird. Sorry, because somebody just asked me that. So
oh, that's okay.
I tried it. Yep. I didn't really like it. So it was free.
Everybody, Happy New Year. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday night. Maybe we'll be there for the stream, but be sure to check out Disney Fiasco stream on Saturday. And hope everybody has a great night. Happy New Year. What are you laughing at now?
Brian's comment about Mainers eat lobster with everything. I'm a Mainer. I did eat lobster growing up.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Please take care of yourselves and each other. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And everybody have a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Take care, everybody. Thank you, Stacy. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.